Yo people, so today on Expats in the Making, I'm going to show you our local craft brewery here in Belgrade. It's about a 15-minute walk away from us, but we're going to take a little bit more time because one of the things I want to show you is how this city has like these really distinct different parts of the city. My best metaphor is it's like a video game map where you're in the forest zone and you cross the street, now you're in the jungle zone and whatever. So we're up on this hill that's Senjak. It's like this kind of little tiny village within the city. It's known for being super green. There's a lot of embassies around, stuff like that. We're gonna cross down through like the concrete jungle underneath this big highway interchange that you can see behind me here. And in the concrete jungle, there's all this street art that's super cool. So I'm gonna show you guys some street art. And then we're gonna go by the hippodrome, which is like where they race horses. Maybe you can see a little corner of it, like, I don't know, out here somewhere. But we're gonna go by that and I'll show you the big field where they race horses when those horse races are going on. And there's a bunch of street art there as well. So we're gonna be walking on the tram tracks. I'm gonna show you some of that. It's pretty friggin' awesome. And then we're gonna end up out in kind of this big industrial zone. It's a part of the city that's just like, I don't know, it's super unique and I kind of really like it, to be honest. It's gonna be out near like the smokestacks and stuff out here somewhere. And of course, when we get there, we'll have to sit and have a beer. Let's get to it. One of the great things about walking down is Lily gets to come along. Here she is. The city was built way over capacity, which is super cool because there's like these tram tracks are now not in use. This whole highway system right next to us is like, I mean, it's in use, but it's like way built over capacity. So it's always super empty. It means we never really have to deal with traffic. And of course, you do have to be careful. Like up ahead, the tram tracks are in use. We jump up to the sidewalk. I don't know what it is. Like I get that it's just like this part of the city is really like concretey and industrial and whatever, but it's just super cool because it was built to be like this metropolis, capital of Yugoslavia. Obviously still is the capital of Serbia, but it just is built to be a much bigger city than it is. And it honestly makes things really easy for us. And here we are entering this concrete jungle. So I'll show you around a little bit. Mostly I'll just show you some of my favorite art that's all over the place. So that's just a few of the ones that I really like, but I don't know, it's concrete jungle to me at least. Maybe it's just because I'm used to nice places that are not so industrialized, but I love it, man. It's so different than anything I've experienced. I think this is one of the things about living abroad. Like you find just weird things that you've never seen before, and it's pretty cool. So this back behind me, of course, is the hippodrome where they race horses. We haven't seen a horse race going on yet, but there's some people riding around out there. Something cool to see. Right in our own backyard. So when our family visited from Mexico, we were walking this area on the way home at night, and one of the things they asked, they were like, is this safe? Like, I think it's normal in Mexico and the US as well. Like, you see tons of graffiti like this, kind of an industrial area on the tram tracks, and it kind of feels sketchy. So we went and asked people, and there's kind of a common response. So we were asking, like, are there places anywhere in the city that is unsafe to be, like even at night? The common response is like, I mean, they probably exist, but I couldn't even tell you where they are, and I grew up in Belgrade, is what people say. They'll say, like, honestly, if somewhere is well lit, or if you've walked it before in the daytime, it's probably totally fine. I think that's pretty normal, actually. Well, maybe not so much in some places in Europe, but in a lot of Europe, it's pretty safe. And here in Serbia, I think things are legit, just really safe. It's in Latvia, people used to say, like, it's possible that you'll get robbed. But the thing that's nice is you'll never even know that happened until you check your stuff. Like violent crime, I feel like in the places we've been in Europe, essentially zero. I do think there are some places, especially in Western Europe, like Germany, France, Spain, Italy for sure, where like, yeah, there's crime. Greece, definitely, there's crime. But honestly, if you go to places, you can just ask people, they'll let you know. And I really feel like this city, this country, super safe. People say, and it might have something to do with like super Serbian roots. It's like Serbian Orthodox, like we are Christians. This is not what we do. Even though people might not be hyper religious, they just really believe in community values. And I think it just comes from a culture that's deeply rooted in the church.
Dude, so we come into Dogma from the back end. This is obviously like the old train station. I really love it here. They have like just cool art. It's a great space. And they have this massive beer garden area outside. So you just buy your beers, hang out in the sunshine, good times.
And we've arrived, Dogma Brewing. I'll show you around the area a minute first, because it's awesome. And then we'll head in. Like I told you, this area is like super industrial, but it's super cool. It's weird. It's just something a little different. So this spot here is obviously like some old factory or something. Now it's an event space, so you can like rent it out, I think, for like big parties, or they have shows and all kinds of different, I don't know, stuff going on. But it's super weird and just, I don't know, kind of abandoned-ish and cool. So let's go in and get a beer, and then we'll end the day with Lily's favorite part.
Dude, okay, Dogma is rad. So we're headed in, and there's this massive mural that shows the brewing process, which is cool. I've never brewed on their scale. Of course, you mill the grains, mash and mix, where you add water and you start to get like sugary solids in it. It goes into the lauter tun, which is like a sieve, separates like the liquid malts from the solid malts, and then into the boil. The boil, of course, is where you add the hops. You really like make the beer. Then it goes through like the chiller. They call it the whirlpool. I never knew that's what it is, but it like cools it down so it can go into fermentation. You add the yeast, begins to make like alcohol and carbon dioxide, and then it matures for 15 to 30 days and you end up with beer. I love it, man. It's such a cool mural. And then like this is the actual spot. Obviously you can like see in the brewery, and they do brewery tours. You got to schedule them. It's just a great spot to have a pale ale.
Now I'll leave you with Lily's favorite part. But like I was saying before, one of the things I love about this city is that it's so discreet, and each different part of the city is so different. So in the next video, I'm going to show you different parts of the city and how extremely different they are. And we'll talk a little about why. Ciao.